Welcome back to ZE Coins. Today, we're diving into a fascinating piece of numismatic history, the 1981 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny. You might be wondering why a penny, of all things, is worth such big money. Well, stick around because we're going to explore its rarity, value, and how it became a coveted item among collectors. First, let's take a brief look at the history of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this iconic coin features Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the famous wheat ears on the reverse, which were used until 1958. In 1959, the design changed to the Lincoln Memorial, and this design continued until 2008 when the reverse was updated to feature the Union Shield. But today, we're focusing on the 1981 D Mint Mark penny. Mint marks indicate where the coin was produced. The D on our penny signifies that it was minted in Denver. The U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies during the 1980s, but not all of them are created equal. While most 1981 pennies are worth just a few cents, certain varieties and conditions make some of them exceptionally valuable. Let's take a closer look at what makes the 1981 D penny so special. Now, what sets the 1981 D Lincoln penny apart? The answer lies in the rarity of specific varieties. One of the most sought-after varieties is the 1981 D penny that exhibits a particular double die error. This error occurs when a coin is struck twice by the die, causing a noticeable doubling of the design. Collectors look for this feature, and if you happen to have one of these double die varieties, you're in luck. Let's talk numbers. The current market value for a standard 1981 D Lincoln penny in average condition is only a few cents. However, in uncirculated condition or if it possesses that elusive double die error, the value can soar. As of now, high-grade specimens of the 1981 D penny can fetch prices around $75,000. Yes, you heard that right, $75,000. But that's not all, some have sold for even higher at auctions. Now that you know the potential value of the 1981 D penny, how can you identify one that's worth big money? Here are a few tips. Look for pennies in uncirculated condition. These coins will have a shiny, fresh appearance with no signs of wear. Ensure the penny has a D Mint mark, which indicates it was produced in Denver. Check for the double die error. You can identify this by looking closely at the date and Lincoln's face. If you see any doubling, you may have a valuable coin on your hands. Use reliable coin price guides and online resources to track the current market value. This can help you gauge what your penny might be worth. If you believe you have a valuable 1981 D penny, you might be wondering where to sell it. Here are a few options. Visit local coin dealers who can appraise and buy your coins. Websites like eBay or Etsy can be great for selling collectibles. Just make sure to do your research on pricing. Consider selling through reputable coin auction houses where collectors gather to bid on rare items. Attend coin shows where you can connect with other collectors and potential buyers. Remember, not every 1981 D Lincoln penny is a hidden treasure, but if you find one with that special double die error or in pristine condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Always keep an eye out when you're sifting through your change. We're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, focusing on a specific piece that might be sitting in your pocket right now, the 1983 Lincoln penny. You won't believe how much this little coin can be worth. Spoiler alert, it can fetch as much as $65,700. So, let's explore what makes this penny so special and how you can determine if you have a rare one on your hands. The Lincoln penny, officially known as the 1-cent coin, was first issued in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln on the 100th anniversary of his birth. Fast forward to 1983, and we see a significant change in the composition of these coins. Previously, pennies were made primarily of copper, but due to rising metal prices, the U.S. Mint transitioned to a zinc core with a thin copper plating. Before we get into the specifics of the 1983 penny, let's take a look at its design. The coin features Lincoln's profile on the front and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the back, which was used from 1959 until 2008. So, what exactly makes the 1983 penny stand out? There are a few different varieties of the 1983 penny that collectors should be aware of. The most notable ones are, this is where it gets interesting. The 1983 copper penny was not meant to be produced. However, a small number were struck by mistake, which makes them extremely rare. This penny was minted in Denver and is more common, but it can still be valuable depending on its condition. This one was minted in Philadelphia without a mint mark, and while it's more common than the copper variety, certain conditions can make it desirable to collectors. Now, how do you differentiate between these varieties? First, look for the mint mark, which is located right below the date. A D indicates it was minted in Denver, while no mark means it was minted in Philadelphia. Now, let's talk about value. While most 1983 pennies are worth just 1 cent, the rare copper pennies can command a staggering price. In fact, in recent auctions, one was sold for over $65,700. But it's not just about being a copper penny, condition matters too. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. A 1983 copper penny in mint condition could fetch tens of thousands of dollars. So, what should you look for when examining your penny? Here are some tips for assessing the value of your 1983 pennies. Inspect for scratches, discoloration, or wear. The better the condition, the higher the value. As I mentioned earlier, check for the mint mark to determine which variety you have. Coin values can fluctuate, so keep an eye on the market to see how prices change over time. If you believe you have a valuable 1983 penny, you might be wondering how to sell it. Here are some steps to follow. Consider having your penny graded by a professional service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. A professional grade can significantly increase your coin's value. Look for reputable coin dealers or auction houses that specialize in rare coins. You can also explore online marketplaces, but be cautious and do your research to avoid scams. Keep up with coin collecting forums and market trends. Understanding the current demand can help you sell at the right time and for the right price. So there you have it. The 1983 Lincoln penny is more than just a 1-cent piece, it could be a ticket to a small fortune if you have the rare copper version. Always be sure to check your change, as you never know what treasures might be hiding in your pockets. We're talking about a penny that could be worth thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about the 1994 Lincoln cent, and how some of these coins are worth a jaw-dropping $60,700. So, if you've ever thought pennies were worthless, think again. Before we dive into the details of the 1994 penny, let's take a quick look back at the history of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909, designed by Victor David Brenner. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's face, which was a big deal at the time. Since then, the Lincoln cent has gone through a few design changes, but the one thing that's stayed consistent is its iconic place in American currency. Now, let's fast forward to 1994. You're probably thinking, what makes a penny from the 90s worth anything? Well, you're about to find out. So, what exactly makes a 1994 Lincoln penny worth big money? The answer is simple: mint errors and high-grade condition. Some of these pennies were produced with errors, making them extremely rare and valuable to collectors. Others are valuable because they're in pristine condition, known as MS-69 or MS-70 in numismatic terms. When a coin has an error, it becomes a rarity because minting mistakes are uncommon. Collectors love these errors because they make the coin unique. Plus, if your 1994 penny was stored away and has remained in near perfect condition, you might be sitting on a small fortune. Alright, let's get into the juicy details, the mint errors you should be looking for on your 1994 penny. These are the kinds of things that can turn a regular penny into a collector's dream. A double die error occurs when the coin is struck more than once by the die, causing the design to be doubled. You might see this in the letters Liberty, In God We Trust, or the date 1994. If you spot this on your penny, you're in for a treat. Asterisk, this error happens when the planchet, the blank coin, isn't properly aligned with the die. This causes part of the design to be missing or appear off-center. Coins with this error are highly sought after. Asterisk, sometimes, the die used to strike the penny can crack, leaving a raised line on the coin. This is known as a die crack. A cut happens when a piece of the die actually breaks off, leaving a raised blob of metal on the coin. Both of these errors can increase the value of your penny significantly. Asterisk, even if your penny doesn't have a mint error, it can still be worth a lot if it's in top-notch condition. Coin grading is a crucial part of determining value, and it's something every collector takes seriously. The highest grade a coin can receive is MS-70, which means it's in flawless, mint condition. Asterisk, in 2019, a 1994 Lincoln penny graded MS-69 RD sold at auction for an incredible $6,600. And while that's a lot of money for a penny, it gets even better. In rare cases, some 1994 pennies have sold for as high as $60,700 due to their perfect condition and rarity. Asterisk, alright, so let's talk current market value. As of today, a regular, circulated 1994 Lincoln penny is worth, well, pretty much 1 cent. But if you have a high-grade or error penny, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Asterisk, for example, a 1994 penny graded MS-68 is currently valued between $200 and $500. If you have one with a unique mint error, the price could jump to $2,000, $5,000, or even more. Asterisk. And if you're lucky enough to have a penny graded MS-69 or higher, that's when you're looking at the possibility of tens of thousands of dollars. Asterisk, the highest price paid for a 1994 penny so far. A whopping $6700. That's right, a simple penny from your pocket could be worth enough to buy a car, or even a down payment on a house. Asterisk, so, how can you tell if your 1994 penny is worth big money? First, grab a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Check for doubling in the date, the words, and other features. Look for off-center strikes, die cracks, and cuts. If it looks like you've got something special, the next step is to get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Asterisk, grading your coin will give it an official certification, which makes it much easier to sell at auctions or to collectors. Just make sure you do your research before sending your penny off for grading. It can cost between $20 to $50, but if your penny is worth thousands, it's definitely worth the investment. Asterisk equals alright, folks, the next time you get change at the store, don't just toss those pennies aside. Take a good look, because you might be holding a 1994 Lincoln penny that's worth big money. Whether it's a rare mint error or just in pristine condition, these pennies have the potential to change your financial future, literally. Asterisk. We're diving deep into a fascinating topic in the world of numismatics, specifically, the 1997 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny. You might be surprised to learn that this seemingly ordinary penny can actually be worth a lot of big money. So, let's get started. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since its inception in 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it features President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic wheat ears design on the reverse, which was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. The penny we're focusing on today, the 1997 D Mint Mark penny, is part of the Lincoln Memorial series. But what makes the 1997 D penny special? While it may seem just like any other penny, certain factors have contributed to its increased market value. First, let's talk about mint marks. The D in 1997 D stands for the Denver Mint, one of the primary mints in the United States. Mint marks are crucial in determining the rarity and value of coins. Generally, coins produced in smaller quantities tend to be worth more. In 1997, the Denver Mint produced over 6.5 billion pennies. While that sounds like a lot, not all of them are equal in value. The 1997 D penny, especially in uncirculated or proof condition, can fetch a premium price in the market. Now, let's get into the juicy part, value. Currently, the market value of the 1997 D Lincoln penny is around $82,700. Yes, you heard that right, $82,700. But you might be wondering, how is this possible? The high value comes from several factors, including condition, demand, and market trends. Most 1997 D pennies are worth just 1 cent, but coins in pristine condition, especially those that have been graded by professional services, can skyrocket in value. So, how do you determine if your 1997 D penny is worth a significant amount? Coin grading is key. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. A penny that grades at least 66 or higher can be worth thousands of dollars. Make sure to inspect your penny for any signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration. Coins in uncirculated condition, showing no signs of handling, are the ones you want to look for. If you believe you have a valuable 1997 D penny, there are several options for selling it. You can take it to a local coin dealer, sell it at an auction, or list it on popular online marketplaces like eBay. Just be sure to provide clear photos and accurate descriptions to attract potential buyers. When selling, remember to research the current market trends. Prices can fluctuate based on demand, so keeping an eye on recent sales can help you get the best price for your coin. To wrap up, the 1997 D Lincoln penny is a great example of how something that seems ordinary can turn out to be extraordinarily valuable. If you think you have one, be sure to get it graded and appraised. We're diving into one of the most surprising topics in coin collecting, how a simple 2001 Lincoln penny, yes, a penny, can actually be worth up to $40,700. Money with wings collision. You heard that right, some of these 1-cent coins could bring in thousands of dollars. In this video, I'll be breaking down why certain pennies are worth so much, what to look for, and how you can see if you've got one of these hidden treasures sitting in your own pocket change. So, let's start with a basic question: why are some pennies, especially those from 2001, suddenly skyrocketing in value? Well, as any serious coin collector knows, the value of a coin is influenced by a few key factors: rarity, condition, mint errors, and demand. All of these elements can cause a coin that's technically worth only 1 cent to shoot up in value. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909, created to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The 2001 Lincoln penny itself might seem ordinary at first glance. It was minted in large quantities across 3 different mint locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. However, not all 2001 pennies were created equal, and that's where things get interesting. Now, the real excitement comes when we talk about the $40,700 penny. Yes, one of these pennies was sold for that jaw-dropping price at auction. But what made it so valuable? It turns out, that particular coin was a rare mint error. And coin errors, my friends, are like hitting the jackpot in the coin collecting world. Here are several types of mint errors that can make a penny extremely valuable. Let's break down the most common ones you should look for on your 2001 Lincoln pennies. This happens when the die strikes the coin off-center, creating an incomplete design. Depending on how severe the error is, this can add significant value to a coin. The more off-center, the higher the value. A double die error is when the design appears to be doubled, often in the date or lettering. Double dies are among the most sought-after errors and can drastically increase the value of a penny. A broad strike happens when the coin isn't struck within the collar, causing it to spread out wider than normal. These pennies can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the condition. Die cracks are lines or cuds that form when the die used to strike the coin becomes worn or damaged. These small details can make a huge difference in the penny's worth. Alright, now that we know what kind of errors we're looking for, let's talk about how you can spot one of these valuable pennies yourself. The key things to check for on your 2001 Lincoln penny are: first, check the date. You're looking for the 2001 date with mint marks from Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, or San Francisco, S for proofs. Proof coins from San Francisco are always worth checking out for higher value. Use a magnifying glass or a coin loop to carefully inspect the penny's details. Look at the edges, the date, and the lettering closely for any signs of doubling, off-center strikes, or imperfections. The better the condition, the higher the value. Coins in mint state, with no signs of wear and tear, will always fetch more money at auction. Check if your coin still has its original luster or if it's been worn down from circulation. So, how much could a 2001 penny be worth today? Well, a standard 2001 penny is worth its face value, just 1 cent. But, if you've got a penny in pristine condition, it could be worth anywhere from $1 to $10. But here's where things get wild. If your penny has one of those rare mint errors, especially something like an off-center strike or a double die, you could be looking at hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In fact, one of the highest recorded sales for a 2001 penny was, you guessed it, $4700. Okay, so what if you find a 2001 penny with one of these rare errors? How do you sell it? The best way to sell a valuable penny is to get it professionally graded first. Services like PCGS or NGC will assign a grade to your coin based on its condition, which can massively boost its sale price. Once graded, you can list it on platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, or even take it to a local coin dealer. And who knows, you might just walk away with thousands of dollars in your pocket. To wrap it all up, the 2001 Lincoln penny may seem like just another coin, but with the right error and condition, it could be worth life-changing money. Whether you're just starting out as a coin collector or you've been hunting for treasures for years, it's always worth checking your spare change for those hidden gems. So, go through your coin jar, check those pockets, and who knows, you might just have a $40,700 penny sitting around right now. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos on valuable coins, hidden treasures, and more. Drop a comment down below if you've ever found a rare penny or have any questions about coin collecting. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy hunting. Discover how a 2001 Lincoln penny can be worth up to $40,700. In this video, we break down the factors that make pennies valuable, including rare mint errors like off-center strikes and double dies. Learn how to inspect your pennies for these valuable errors and find out the current market value of a 2001 penny. You might just have a small fortune in your spare change. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more coin collecting tips and tricks. We're diving into an exciting topic, the 2005 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny. This little coin has been making waves in the numismatic community, and it's worth a lot more than you might think. Stick around as we uncover its value, history, and tips on how to spot one in your collection. Before we get into the specifics of the 2005 D penny, let's take a moment to appreciate the history of the Lincoln penny itself. The Lincoln penny was first minted in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin features a portrait of Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic wheat ears on the reverse until 1959. In 1959, to commemorate Lincoln's 150th birthday, the design was updated to feature the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, which remained until 2008. Since then, we've seen various designs, including the one we're discussing today. Now, let's get into the star of the show, the 2005 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny. This penny was minted in Denver, and while most people may overlook it, certain variations of this penny are exceptionally valuable. In 2005, the U.S. Mint produced two distinct designs for the Lincoln penny, the standard design featuring the Lincoln Memorial and the newer Union Shield design introduced in 2010. However, some of the 2005 D pennies have unique characteristics that collectors are willing to pay big bucks for. The primary reason for the high value of some 2005 D pennies is their rarity and the unique minting errors that occurred. For instance, some of these pennies have errors like double die or off-center strikes. These minting errors significantly increase their desirability among collectors. As of now, the market value of certain 2005D pennies can reach as high as $45,700. Yes, you heard that right. It's astonishing how a single penny can hold such immense value. But remember, not every 2005D penny is worth that much. Let's break down what to look for. To identify if your 2005D penny is valuable, here are a few tips. Examine your coin for any noticeable errors. The double die variety, where the image is stamped twice, is particularly sought after. You can often identify it by looking at the letters and seeing if they appear thicker or doubled. This happens when the coin isn't perfectly aligned during the minting process, leading to a portion of the coin being cut off. These can be worth significantly more depending on how off-center they are. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. Coins graded as mint state or proof can fetch much higher prices. Use the Sheldon scale to determine the grading of your penny, where a grade of 70 is perfect. Use online marketplaces like eBay or numismatic auction sites to see what similar coins are currently selling for. Prices can fluctuate, so keeping an eye on the market is key. So, if you happen to find a 2005D Lincoln penny lying around, don't just toss it aside. It could be worth a small fortune. Remember to look for those unique features, and who knows? You might just strike gold. We're going to talk about a 2005 penny that could potentially be worth over $50,000. That's right, this seemingly ordinary Lincoln cent may be hiding in your collection, and it could be worth a small fortune. Stick around, because we're going to break down why some of these pennies are so valuable, how you can spot one, and what factors affect their price in today's coin market. Before we dive into why the 2005 Lincoln penny can be worth so much money, let's take a quick look at its history. The Lincoln penny, featuring the profile of President Abraham Lincoln, has been in circulation since 1909. In 2005, the United States Mint produced billions of pennies, most of which seem like the ordinary copper-plated zinc coins you might find in your wallet today. The obverse, front, of the coin still features Lincoln's profile, and the reverse, back, has the classic Lincoln memorial design, which had been used since 1959. The coin weighs 2.5 grams and is composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. But what makes certain 2005 pennies stand out? Why are some of them worth just 1 cent, while others can be worth thousands? Now, let's talk about what you should be on the lookout for. There are two major factors that can make a 2005 Lincoln penny worth a significant amount of money: errors and rare varieties. The first category is error coins. These are pennies that were struck incorrectly at the mint, and collectors love them because they're unique. Let's take a look at some of the most valuable errors found on 2005 pennies. If you've ever heard of a double die, you know this can be a game changer when it comes to value. A double die happens when the design on the coin is imprinted more than once, slightly off from the original strike, creating a doubling effect. On the 2005 penny, doubling can appear on letters, numbers, or even Lincoln's profile. If you spot a clear double die, especially on the motto, "In God We Trust," or the word "Liberty," you could be looking at a penny worth thousands. Some of these double die varieties have sold at auction for over $5,000. Be sure to inspect your 2005 pennies closely with a magnifying glass or microscope. Another valuable error is the off-center strike. This happens when the die that strikes the coin isn't aligned properly, causing part of the design to be missing. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin. A 2005 penny with an extreme off-center strike can be worth anywhere from $100 to $1,000, depending on the severity of the error. Next, we have die breaks, or what collectors call cuts. These occur when part of the die breaks, leaving a raised, blob-like area on the coin. In 2005 pennies, these cuts can sometimes appear around the edges or on Lincoln's face. Coins with significant die breaks can be worth $200 to $1,000 or more, depending on how large and noticeable the break is. Now, even if your 2005 penny doesn't have any errors, you could still have a valuable coin if it's in mint condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. A 2005 penny graded as MS-68 or higher can sell for thousands of dollars. In fact, a 2005 Lincoln penny in MS-69 red grade, which means it's nearly flawless and has maintained its original reddish luster, sold at auction $4.6325. The highest graded 2005 penny, an MS-70, could potentially be worth over $10,000 if one is ever found. If you're really lucky, you might come across a 2005 proof penny. Proof coins are specially struck by the mint for collectors and have a mirror-like finish. While these proof coins were not intended for circulation, they sometimes end up in pocket change. A 2005 proof penny in perfect condition can be worth $50 to $200. Alright, now the big question: what is the current market value of these rare 2005 pennies? Well, prices can fluctuate depending on demand, rarity, and condition. Here's a breakdown of what these coins could be worth today. If it's just a regular penny from 2005 with no errors or special features, it's worth, well, 1 cent. These can fetch anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 depending on the severity of the doubling in the condition of the coin. Depending on how off-center the strike is, these can be worth between $100 and $1,000. A 2005 penny in mint state 69 can go for around $6,000 to $10,000. If one in MS-70 is ever found, it could be worth over $50,000. A 2005 proof penny in excellent condition is typically valued at $50 to $200. So, how can you find one of these valuable 2005 Lincoln pennies? Here are some quick tips. Don't underestimate the power of pocket change. Keep an eye out for unusual looking pennies or ones that seem to have an error. A small investment in a magnifying glass or coin microscope can help you spot those tiny details like doubling or cuts. If you think you found a rare penny, it might be worth getting it professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. A high grade can dramatically increase its value. Watch auctions on eBay or major coin sites to see what similar pennies are selling for and get a feel for current market trends. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the world of the 2005 Lincoln penny. Who knew that a simple 1-cent coin could be worth so much? Be sure to check your pockets, your coin jars, and maybe even that old piggy bank for a chance to find one of these valuable pennies. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more coin collecting tips and rare finds. And drop a comment below if you've ever found a valuable penny. I'd love to hear your story.